Does anybody know what day it is? Anybody? It's hump day. Ha ha. No, it's Wednesday. And I have some plushies to show you. Not a lot, but I have a few. So I ran into this problem this week. Sunday evening, I made one plushie. Monday, I got up and I just kind of felt like blah. So I worked on a couple of things and then I laid down and took a nap. Big mistake. Big mistake. So after my nap, I still had to do my button orders, so I did a few of those and crocheted a couple of things. Tuesday, well, so that, of course, because I took the nap, meant that I was up late. So Tuesday, I did the last of the few orders that I didn't do on Monday, 2 to be exact. And I decided to crochet a couple more things. And then I was tired. So I laid down and I took a nap. And I didn't get up till 8:30. So needless to say, I could not sleep last night. I finished my last plushie up last night about 3 o'clock in the morning and I was still wide awake. And I'm like, I have got to go to bed. I cannot totally fall into this cycle. I cannot do it. So 5 o'clock in the morning, I am still staring at the ceiling. I finally fell asleep. I got up almost 9 o'clock, so I got about 4 hours. But right now, I feel like, I could go take a nap. And it is about 1 o'clock. And if I do that, I know I'm gonna sleep a good 4-5 hours, and then I'm gonna be up all night again tonight. So I need you guys to help me stay awake, okay? Because I'm like, I need a nap. All right, so what I did, on Sunday I was scrolling through Instagram and Crochet Grove had a post about these patterns, that they were free patterns. And she was asking any of the people who already had them if they would help give them out. So I replied in the comments, and I really only wanted one, and there were 4. I didn't realize there was 4. There was just one that I wanted. So I replied in the comments that I would like to have the patterns, and the person that I replied to sent them over to me. So she can't sell these patterns because they are, copyright images. But I just thought this was so cute and I just wanted to make one. So this is, let me fix her little hair. This is Scrump. And if you don't know who Scrump is the doll on Lilo and Stitch. Now, I'm not sure if it's Lilo's doll or if it's Stitch's doll or whose doll, but it is a doll that is on Lilo and Stitch. And I just think it's so cute. It is so quirky looking. But you know what this means? Now I need to order mint because the body is done in mint. And I crocheted the eyes and the belly button, but she gives you a template, however you pronounce that, for those of you who have a Cricut and can cut them out of felt and get a nice clean cut, which I don't have, so I crocheted them. But I think I will make this again, but I think I'm going to use real buttons next time because it would just look neater. Although the style of creepiness that this has, cute creepiness, maybe it doesn't need to look neater. But I really liked this. And it was no sew, So that was nice. I mean, you gotta attach the buttons and, you know, stitch on the mouth and everything, but I don't know. I just think this turned out really cute. And then after, I thought I looked close, but afterwards I saw this should have been blue as well as this one, but hey, whatever. But yeah, I like this. I think this is a pattern I would do again. I did notice there was one mistake in the pattern. When you get to round 15 of the body and you're supposed to crochet in the arms, it says that the underlined stitches are the ones where you attach the arm. There's no underline, but it's really easy to figure out. It's like 4 with the arm, 4 with the arm, and you know, you're back at the beginning. So I think this is really cute, especially if you like creepy cute. So that was the first thing I made since the last video. Then, you know, I'm supposed to be working on things like alligators and mallard ducks and, you know, things like that that I know will do well. But instead, I showed you guys the Yip Yip. This one I did following a YouTube tutorial, and it's made out of acrylic yarn. And so I was curious. I wanted to know how big would it come out if we used plush yarn. But with the fringe, you know, that doesn't hold up well with plush unless you use Big Twist Posh, because that does not shed like the rest of them. So I have a few colors of Big Twist Posh. Now, to me, they look like neon colors because like the one I'm holding in my hand is supposed to be pink, but it doesn't look pink when I look at the other pinks that I have on my table. But anyway, so I did this one, and just for a size comparison, that's the difference following the exact same pattern, acrylic versus Big Twist Posh. And of course I did do the 14 inches for the strap. So I did it in this pink, whatever it was called from Big Twist. And the fringe is pink and white. Now someone had mentioned getting pipe cleaners to make the antennas. So I'm gonna try and get some pipe cleaners before the next market, which is coming up this Saturday, because Trinity had another cancellation and Scott got a hold of me, so I get to go back to Trinity. So I have the pink, and then I was like, well, it's kind of cute. So I did one in green. And then, oh, what the heck, one more. I don't know, I kind of got this thing about threes. So I did one in this coral, orange, peachy color. So I have 3 Yip Yips to try. Now I think they're a little big to hang on the car mirror, but how cute would that be hanging on your porch, or I don't know, off the end of the kid's bed, above their desk, put their pencils or whatever in them. The acrylic I think would be okay for the car. But we're gonna try these and see what happens. So I did those, and then I was like, well, what would happen if you tried to make one into like a regular bag, you know, a bag size? So I started to do it in acrylic and just try to like alter the pattern for those, and it was taking forever. And I stopped because I didn't really like how it was turning out. So I had a little bit of Premier Chenille braids. I had a little bit of that left. And I thought, well, what better way to try and use it up? And I did it different. Instead of having a round bottom, I just did it straight across and worked my way around and then worked up. So this is using Premier Chenille Brights, and I just kind of did my own thing on this one, kind of following the basic concept that this one was, but like I had to make my own eye sizes, and yeah, so this one I'm gonna try, you know, what the heck. Can't hurt nothing. It's not like they're gonna take your birthday away if it doesn't sell. It's just, you know, may end up one day in the thrift store. Who knows? Okay, so that is all I did playing with the Yip Yips. So at the last market, one of the few people that stopped at the table, other than the ones that said, do you have any alligators? And I had already sold the alligators that I had. They were like, this one lady was like, do you have any manatees? And I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, I do. So I pulled the manatee out of the tote, and she's like, oh no, I wanted a smaller one. Well, the pattern I have is from Teresa's Crochet Shop, and she does have a baby manatee with it, but I didn't want to sew. It's like my brain's tired. I need sleep, but I didn't want to sew. So I went on a hunt, and on Ribbler, I found a pattern that has no sewing. Now I think the little nose on it looks cuter than the one that is on Teresa's Crochet Shop, but I like the shape of the body better on the one from Teresa's Crochet Shop. So the first one that I did, and I only did two, but the first one I did out of this blue. I was just pulling up scrap yarn, and you start at the nose and you work your way back. And I think the part that I really don't like about it is like, I think this should have tapered more, and I don't really care for how the back tail is done, but it is no sew. So it's small. I think that I'll end up going back to Teresa's Crochet Shop, and maybe on her nose part here, I would just make it a little shorter, maybe. I actually wanted to find one that had a little more detail to it, like shows some of the wrinkles that a manatee has and everything, but most of those were really big, and I wanted small. But you know what? I made another one. So this one I used different eyes on. I did it in the traditional gray color like a manatee would be. I did do the tail just a little bit different. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not bad for a free no-sew pattern. But this one I found on Ribbler, which is not necessarily my favorite website because you have to stay there. You can't print, you can't do anything with it. Like, it's a free pattern, but you must stay on the site to view it. At least I haven't figured out how to download one. So that was that. So we have a scrump, 2 manatees, 3 Yip Yip bags, and 1 bigger Yip Yip bag. And then I said, you know what, enough goofing around. We need to get serious because now we have this extra market. I don't have as much time to play. So I made another crocagator. And yep, I did. One more alligator. Crocodile. We'll call it a crocagator. So I have one. And I have 2 more things. And these I made yesterday after I woke up from my nap. So from I had a late dinner because I slept till 8:30. So from say 9:30 to 3 in the morning, I made 3 things: 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 5.5 hours. Doesn't seem like I got very much done in that time. But you know what? Actually, I think I did the second manatee then too. I also think I was having a tough time concentrating because I was so worried about, I need to be able to sleep. Why can't I sleep? Anywho, so actually I think I finished up the gaiter too. So I made 5 things. I did the gaiter. I had 2 feet made on the gaiter and had tucked it away. So I had to make 2 more feet and then the whole rest of it. So I did the gaiter, 1 manatee, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 5 things. That's a little better. That makes me feel like I utilized my time a little bit better. Okay, so we all know that Toby likes to play squid games. And no, I did not make another big squid. I did the baby squids. So I did 1 in the color of Rain from Parfait Chunky, and I really couldn't decide on what color eyes to put on it. So it got kind of the yellowish color eye, which looked weird until I put the mouth on it. Once the mouth was there, it looked okay to me. So we got 1 baby squid in Rain. And then I said, you know what? I want another one. So I did another baby squid in Bubblegum. And I have 3 because I still have the one left from last time made from the bloom. But I think I like these solid colored ones better. Maybe with pom-pom it would look okay, but the bloom, it looked kind of weird on these. So I have the 2 squids, which we have to hide from Toby or he'll be playing squid games again. Oh, and on this pink one, I gave it brown eyes. These are not the glitter eyes, like the eye color is already on the eye, and I really like these. But the largest size I've been able to find is 15 millimeter. I would like to get more of these because I've noticed on the ones that have the glitter disc, sometimes the disc is a little bit bigger than the actual eye, and it doesn't really show till you snap it in place and it flattens up against the yarn, and then you can see that little edge sticking out. Maybe I'm being too picky, I don't know. So the last thing that I did last night, well, yeah, it was the last thing. But after I finished the squids, I was scrolling through Etsy, which I should not do. And one of the shops that I like, Madeline Mako, she had a 70% off sale. So I bought 4 more patterns. Like, I need more patterns. But I bought 4 more patterns, and I worked on one of them last night. And I made this baby elephant. Now, it turned out a little bit smaller than I thought it would, but I should have known because I bought her baby cow, and it's about this size. But this is 100% no-sew. An elephant that is no-sew. Now, I probably struggled with it a little bit more than I should have because, you know, it was late. And I kept going, oh, I only have 4 more rounds. You know, it's pushing 3 o'clock. Oh, I only have a few more rounds. Oh, just go ahead and finish it. Don't save it for the morning. And, you know, I kept talking myself into it. So I did. I finished it. I couldn't help myself. And plus, not to mention, like I said, I was staring at the ceiling till about 5 o'clock this morning. So keep me awake, you guys. So this one I did in one of the gray colors from, I think I like these solid color ones better. Parfait Chunky. And gave it these pretty blue eyes. You know, those you can see a little better. Now the pattern calls for putting hair on top, and I debated, but I kind of like it without the little tuft of hair. I'd have to add it to one to see if I like it with it, but I didn't want to. I like it like this. So I have the little gray elephant. And then this morning, because I have no button orders to do, I said, let me make another little elephant. And this time I chose to use, because I gotta use it up and I gotta get rid of it, I chose to use that toucan yarn. That stuff is awful to work with. And seriously, if you mess up and you have to frog, you might as well trash that section of yarn. It's not my favorite at all, but in my opinion, it's not as rough on the hands as like Bernat. But I won't buy this particular yarn ever again. But I have to use up what I have. I'm not going to waste my money. So I did another baby elephant in this coral pinkish color. Yeah, they just have numbers on the labels. They don't write the color name down. But when I ordered this stuff, I was thinking the octopus, the All From Jade octopus pattern. But I'm going to use it up on whatever I can on these small things and try and just be done with it and get it out of here. I need the room for better stuff. But yeah, so this one I gave brown eyes because I was like, what color am I going to put on it? The brown looks nice with the pink, although this is like, this is kind of a peachy coral pink. I don't know what to, because that's pink. This is bubblegum pink. And so this is just like another shade of pink. But again, it was no-so, and I did a little bit different this time, besides using the toucan yarn. I did the bottom of the feet in a different color. I did the bottom of the hands a different color just to add some interest to it. And also I did back loop only on the first non-expansion round, you know, so the feet would be a little flatter. But these came out pretty much the same size. I did have to adjust the trunk placement on both of them, and each one was different. And I'm sure it's because this yarn works up way different than this yarn does. And both of them, I had to adjust the position of where my ears were going. So, and both of those were different. Now, I couldn't tell you, like, right now, my brain's not working, where it was on there, like how many stitches it was different. I think on this trunk, like you were supposed to do 19 singles and then 4 singles with the trunk, but I had to do 18. And this one, I had to do 17. And then the ears, I had to adjust the ears, which was rough on this one with the toucan because I did have to frog, and I tried to be ever so careful with that frogging so that it wouldn't destroy the yarn. But that's what I have. And then I actually bought 4 patterns from Madeline Mako because of the 70% off sale. I think this pattern was like $1.35. The most expensive one, and it was for a bigger but yet still small plushie, was $1.62. One was like $1.32. And let's see, I got the elephant, I got a baby monkey, a baby giraffe, and a different type of chicken than the Mabel chicken. So I'll be, if I can keep myself awake today, I will probably be trying another one of those patterns. Or, I mean, I have the feet and the wings made for a mallard duck. I might just go ahead and do a mallard duck. I've been kind of staying away from it because some of my colors were like thin with the fluff, and the other color I need is nice and thick with the fluff, so it doesn't like balance with it. But I need to make a mallard duck. I definitely need to make a mallard duck. All right, you guys, sorry I wasn't a little more chipper today, but I'm just exhausted, and I'm trying to make myself stay awake, trying not to have a nap today, but I'm feeling like I need one. I am just feeling like I need one. So you guys, in order to help me out, need to like blow up my alerts, or not alerts, notifications, so that it'll keep making noise and keep me awake for a while, just for a few hours, like till maybe 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And if I can stay awake that long, I'll be doing good. And then I can hopefully get back into a normal sleep pattern. This is rough. It's rough. I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't do all this weird bouncing around stuff anymore and still function. Okay, so I'm going to, I'm gonna go put all this stuff away.